Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi my loves, it's Destin Choice, and I feel like I have to get on here really quickly and talk about the downfall of relationship gurus. Now let me start out by saying that we can all thank Mr. Kevin Samuels himself, even though he's dead, sadly, for creating this horrible trend. Now, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. I'm not going to speak ill on the dead, and I will say that even though Kevin Samuels popularized this trend of relationship gurus, going to Target, Walmart, getting a big-ass microphone to the face and saying some bullshit and spreading it around, and for some reason people rally around it and uplift it. I will say Kevin Samuels did serve a decently good purpose because he wasn't all bad as a whole. Now, I will say Kevin Samuels was a complete asshole, and I will say that what happened to Kevin Samuels is very dreadful. It really does suck that he passed away, but I will say you got to be careful the kind of energy you put out, because the kind of energy Kevin Samuels put out is a reflection of what he got back in return.
Especially average people. And you're an average person. I mean, let's be real. You're not running Microsoft. You got a pet grooming business. You've been making six figures for the last 3 years. Okay.
To feel like he's in.
Well, then you're gonna die alone. How about that? Let me just cut to the chase, ma'am. You can feel like what you want to, but women like you die alone.
Now confirmed, self-proclaimed relationship guru and viral YouTuber Kevin Samuels has died in Atlanta.
I'm just saying. Now, Kevin Samuels was at the height of his career because, as we all know, he was giving a lot of vulnerable, sad, weak, and insecure women dating advice on why they're not attracting their ideal male. And I will say that Kevin Samuels sometimes says some real shit, and he really did help and inspire a lot of people to be better and to reorganize their values and figure out what they want, because he made it very clear that a lot of times people will say what they want, but they don't really want these things. They're just self-sabotaging just to pretty much push somebody away because they're too fucking insecure to change. But I will say that Kevin Samuels did serve his purpose, and now he's gone. And I will say, ever since the rise of Kevin Samuels during the pandemic, a lot of random relationship gurus have came onto the scene.
Are you a high value man?
That'd be very cocky. Anyway.
Are you a high value man or not? Yes or no?
Listen, ladies.
Do you meet the criteria of a high value man as per that Samuels man on YouTube?
You guys can assume what you like.
Most notably, Fresh and Fit. Now, I have no problem with these two, but I will say that the reason they have a market for what they're doing is because there's a lot of vulnerable men who, are nerds, don't know how to talk to women. All they do is probably beat their dicks off to Tomb Raider or, do nothing with their lives. So a lot of times I feel like the reason why Fresh and Fit even have a huge audience and why people pay attention to them is because they speak for a lot of the nerds that couldn't get bitches in high school. They speak for a lot of the nerds that have a massive struggle in the dating world, and a lot of who they speak to are usually young men who realistically have no guidance in life, don't know what they're doing, don't have an older brother or a father in their life that can give them the guidance that they need. And I want to be honest for a second. Fresh and Fit are legit frauds in terms of what they sell you, only because a lot of what they say can be found in Bibles. A lot of what they say holds a lot of weight, but I think the only problem what they do is the fact that they monetize it by selling courses. If you go over to their website, they literally sell $500 courses on how you could talk to women and get multiple dates. It's not a joke. They literally sell $500 courses, $700 courses on how you can bag your ideal woman, how you can get the women that you want. For one, they have a tier that costs about $500 where it's more intimate, and it's called DMs on Demand. And in this package, you get multiple dates each week. You get gorgeous women all in your DMs. And on top of that, you also get to enjoy the high value lifestyle. And it's really sad because this market has existed for many generations. There's always been infomercials, TV shows, and guys who go on these crazy talk shows on these crazy platforms, and they teach you how to pick up women and get the women that you want. They create these classes, they create these courses, but they can never, ever, ever, ever show an endless amount of results of the high value and high class women that they have in their lives. Realistically, neither the Fresh or Fit dude are in committed relationships. This brand that sells you this image of how they're able to bag all these women, I'm sure they're able to bag a lot of women. But then again, you have to also consider the average Joe is not Fresh and Fit. They don't have influence and money and popularity on the net to where that gives them an edge in the dating world. Automatically, women will turn heads and want to be around them just because, for one, they have a massive platform and they have a lot of influence. And on top of that, a lot of times their content consists of dragging and going in on bimbos. Like, a lot of these women who get on these dumbass podcasts are usually embarrassing themselves.
Than you?
Yeah.
You like guys stronger than you?
Yeah, but listen, I've dated guys shorter than me and everything.
But you prefer the things I just stated, correct? You want a guy that's more confident, ambitious, right?
Right.
What if I told you you were immature because of what you want in a man? I'll sound foolish, wouldn't I? Because it's biologically hardwiring you to want these things, right? So why is it that women can go ahead and say, no, be mature, accept my past. But if I say, well, you know what? No, be mature, accept the short guy, you would look at me like I'm crazy. Or be mature, accept the guy that's broke, but he's not around no more. Or be mature, accept the guy that makes less money than you. Or be mature, accept the guy that isn't more competent than you.
Listen,
you want certain things in a man. I can't call you immature.
I was just dating a broke-ass guy.
Where's he at now? It doesn't work. That's my point.
He kicked me out because he didn't like what I was doing. He didn't like I was making more money than him.
Doesn't want to tolerate background.
Listen.
And it's not just their platform. It's a lot of these podcasting platforms in general. It's always a lot of women who don't know how to argue, hold their own argument, hold themselves up. Some of them are just as dumb as a bag of nickels. Some of them don't have anything in there but fucking hot air. And they're over here trying to debate on what a man should do and what men should be like.
Without busting a nut.
You turn your mic up a little bit.
Before he walks out that fucking door, okay? Like, whether it's head, whether it's sex, when he walks out that door in the morning, he needs to be empty. He ain't thinking about nobody else, nothing else. Rick come fucking bitching at him at work. Nigga, please, my dick got sucked this morning. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? My bitch got me.
All men love gold diggers because it's triggering a man's innate nature. We have such easy access to plastic surgery, to extensions, weaves, wigs, makeup. Very young dudes will be attracted to a gold digger because you're inspiring a young dude. When you walk by and you flip your hair, you've got your nails done, you're inspiring a young man because that young man wants to make money. He wants to conquer. So you're inspiring him to get his money. So we actually inspire people too to get their money and their shit together.
And then the same thing goes for men. They talk about how women need to be and what women need to have and how to attract the man that you want. But none of these men are in successful relationships.
One thing that annoys me, and again, I'll say that doing OnlyFans, being an actor, as you want to call it, you're free to do as you please. Do what you want. The one thing that annoys me is when those same women then ask for high value men. Because to me, that makes zero sense.
Are you a high value man to be so annoyed?
What's your definition?
No, I'm literally asking a question. Like, no, I'm not even trying to get you. I'm literally asking a question.
First of all, I'm making a point. So after the point's made, then we can go on to the other question.
In a nutshell, everybody knows what they want. Everybody wants to have what they want. But some reason, it's always coming from the people who know what they want, know what others should want, but can't get what they want. You know, it really just goes back to the old saying that you can't take weight loss advice from fat people. 95% of them are just trying to sell their dumbass course. And I just want to make a formal announcement and say, Walmart, Target, and Best Buy, please, for the love of God, stop selling people microphones. Because every week we have these same conversations about what low value men are, what high value men are, but these are never coming from people who are happily married. You can't take marriage advice from single people who are literally on their last tissue from jerking off so damn much, and women who are disgustingly toxic to the point where they always push away good men or can't attract good men and go around saying that all men are trash. You can't take advice from these people. And again, I really want to quickly talk about the fact that a lot of them are con artists and do everything they can to try to sell products. A great example is Mr. Derrick Jackson. This dude was out here being a personal life coach for relationships. He was out here selling books, marketing them to women. He was the Prince Charming of YouTube.
Nah, sis, you're not crazy. Don't let that man convince you that you are either. You just peep game. You just peep the inconsistency, the lies, the way that his words and actions wasn't matching. A man is going to call you crazy when he wants to leverage your emotional investment into him as a way to keep you blind to the disrespect he's been showing you. And sometimes he'll want to keep you blind to yourself. Like, if you got in that relationship before you really knew who you were, like your value and how to love on yourself, a man could get comfortable bringing you the bare minimum.
He was, oh my God, you know, women, y'all are so beautiful. You know, y'all got to know y'all worth. Y'all got to, like, he spent so much time coddling women just to find out that he's a fucking fraud. He was out here fucking the dog shit out of hoes and random women, bringing them up all up in his wife's house just to find out that he was being unfaithful and abusive. His wife did a whole interview calling him all types of frauds, and it took him getting caught publicly for her to finally decide that it was time to leave, even though she had already known that he was cheating.
It was just that. And so I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own. I completely lost myself. I became a shell of myself. I tried to imitate their hair, their actions, even sexual things that I had seen him doing with them. I tried to recreate that in our life when we were engaged, and none of it amounted to anything.
And wow, what a shame that this man made thousands of dollars selling books to idiot men and idiot women. It's just the truth. A lot of times these people just care about profit. This whole wave of relationship gurus, they come and go. They've been around for over a decade on YouTube. I've seen them for years, but they come and go. They don't last long. It's all a cash grab, just like these dumbass crypto stock people who go around saying, oh, buy my course and I'll teach you how to make $1 million in a year. Or, join my course and I'll teach you all about real estate in, 60 days and you'll make 6 figures through Airbnbs. All these gurus are nothing more but con artists who simply just want to profit off of the aesthetic of ignorant people. This wave of trying to find your ideal partner or trying to find someone that's high value, that's going to add value to your life, is all a financial sham to a lot of these people who want to help you. There's not that many genuine people in the world, and many of these people who aren't genuine are quick to say, fuck you, profit off of you, and don't give a damn about your feelings. And it's sad because it ruins it for a lot of people who genuinely believe in or are passionate about what the Fresh and Fit or the Kevin Samuels are saying. But what they don't realize is a lot of what Kevin Samuels and Fresh and Fit are saying is just revenge of the nerds. It's just their revenge for all the women that did them dirty. They got their heart broken when they was in the 3rd grade, and oh my God, Sally from reading class, or Sandra during recess, she broke my heart. She didn't want to go to me to the social or the prom, and now women suck. Now women are objects. When I see people like Fresh and Fit, Kevin Samuels, and a lot of these relationship gurus, I feel like a lot of what they do is revenge of the nerds. Notice how a lot of their work is kind of based off of embarrassing women, and they always ask women, well, what do you bring to the table? What do you rate me? And in my head, I'm like, what the fuck?
Stop it! You're almost 300 pounds. Talking about you can pull guys.
Thing. I can fix that.
You're going to pull a hamstring trying to walk. You're below average.
If that's what you believe, but that's
what
not
makes you above average. What makes you above average? Or what makes you average? How about that?
What makes me my mind, my personality.
Okay.
Those
and did you
together.
Graduate high school?
I'm sorry?
You graduated high school, yes?
I have my GED.
Okay, you have a below average. You can't even get to high school. You can't even get a diploma.
I'm in college.
You got a GED. It's not a diploma.
That doesn't matter. It's the same
and you're
thing.
in college for what?
Accounting.
Okay. Oh. I'm really trying to help, but go ahead. Go ahead and tell us how your mind. Excuse me?
This is the problem that I have. This is the problem that I have, is that the father of my children listens to you. And see, he's already...
He should. He should run.
He's already arrogant. No,
he should run.
I'm not with him.
Because he's probably running. You can't catch him.
When it comes to these relationship gurus and these dudes who talk about women doing too much and asking for too much, I feel like a lot of them are just nerds that couldn't get no pussy in high school, couldn't get bitches in high school. They couldn't get the woman that they wanted. They couldn't get the cheerleader because they were too busy playing with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They couldn't get the fly-ass females, the fly-ass women at school. They couldn't get the fly-ass girls in college because they were too busy playing Pokemon cards or being band geeks and much more. And that's not to shit on them for being a nerd, but a lot of them realistically were nerds. And I feel like a lot of what's going on is revenge of the nerds. I feel like that's what this whole movement is based off of. When I see the Fresh and Fits, when I see these dudes going on women, embarrassing women, a lot of them were nerds in high school. And the type of women that they could probably bag were the ugly, piercing over their face, raggedy, refrigerator built women. That's kind of what they were able to snag. So that's why a lot of them make podcasts. This is like their revenge. Like this is what you guys get for going against me. This is what you guys get for not going with me to prom. And dare I say it, a lot of women aren't safe either. Now, a lot of these women be so into Jesus and so into, advancing themselves, but a lot of these women give their bodies up to these hoodlums or these bad boys who treat them like shit, talk to them nasty, but just because he got some muscles and some tattoos and a criminal record, a lot of women will give their body up to these guys, or when they're bored and want some attention, they'll hit up these guys that barely got any options because these women sometimes don't feel like they're ready for the smart guy, for the intelligent guy, or the guy that's doing great for himself. So a lot of times these women who don't have the best self-esteem run towards these hoodlums, even though they say they want a 6-figure earner or they want a dude that got this, that, and a third. One thing about a lot of these hoodlums, fun fact, a lot of these hoodlums and bums never have an issue bagging women. I was watching this comedian named Ralph Barboza, and he recently said that when he was a bum and a hoodlum and doing dumb shit, he got a lot of women.
This is the first week that I haven't made money in a while, and it feels really good. I'm a bum at heart. I got so much pussy in Dallas because of that.
Really?
Yeah, I was just a loser.
And girls like that in Dallas.
Yeah.
Is that why you didn't get any pussy out there?
Yeah.
Damn, bro. So girls in Dallas are giving pussy for a lack of ambition, you're saying?
Yeah, dude, if you have ambition, it's so corny these days. I'm still curious about it till this day.
Oak Cliff girls?
Oak Cliff girls, Mesquite, Dallas girls in general. I'm still curious about it. I don't know. I don't understand it, but I don't need to. I just have to enjoy it.
That's right. Don't overthink that shit. That's what we're learning.
Yeah.
Let's not overthink.
And this is their lick back for all the women that rejected them when they were younger, when they were skinny, when they were awkward, when they wanted to fuck, but they couldn't get them. So I feel like when it comes to the Fresh and Fit and these major podcasters like Kevin Samuels, they've been able to garner a massive fan base of vulnerable young men and young women who are fucking idiots and don't even know who the fuck they are yet and don't even know how to wipe their ass yet. And that's how they've been able to thrive and flourish so much. A lot of what they said can be traced back to the Bible. A lot of what they said can be traced back to our African ancestry or traced back to older prehistoric European beliefs. And a lot of what they say is nothing new. And that's why I feel like a lot of these brands are not going to last long. You know, every decade on YouTube, there's always this big trend. There's always a wave of people who come and then they just dip because there's no substance to it. You know what I mean? Like these infomercials that used to come on all the time in the 90s, at one point they were huge, they were popping, and then they eventually went away. Then there's the wave of the pranks and the challenges and the people who did those dumbass in the hood pranks where they were out here berating and embarrassing black men and had black men looking like hyper masculine and overtly dangerous males. Then there were the couple channels that were coming left and right doing fake ass pranks, fake ass storylines, fake ass dramas and beefs, and that eventually went away. So I don't see these people lasting 5 years. I feel like when 5 years hit, they eventually are going to demise and disappear. So that's really that on that. Again, like I said, Revenge of the Nerds and all this whole wave is not going to last another 3 years. They've been around for like a good solid 2 years. And I will say that a lot of them probably have minimum 2 years, maximum 3 years. And eventually they'll all dwindle away and everybody will be mad or upset about some dumbass, or everybody will be mad and upset and raving about some next dumbass conversation. But that was that for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Give your thoughts in the comment section down below. And yeah, that's that. Choice out this bitch. Why don't we fall in love? There's so many reasons. It's the only thing that matters to me. There's so many reasons. It takes such a load off to let you know that you're the only one I will ever want to go. Think I never did know what to do. A love I never felt, now I feel for you. Why don't I just swallow each and every ounce of my pride? Everything you do, I want to feel again. Ain't no use for us to pretend, 'cause why do we, why can't we, why can't we, why can't we fall in love?